April 6th, 2026, A Life of Meditation. Words. Dear beloved saints, I hope you have remained within the peace of the Lord throughout this day. Have you ever paused to deeply reflect on the blessing of speaking and listening, acts we often enjoy as naturally as breathing? When we look closely at the stories of those who cannot speak, we find that in many cases, they also suffer from hearing impairments. Because they cannot hear sounds, they never learn how to speak, and thus their mouths remain closed. However, according to expert advice, there is a fact that is both frightening and sorrowful. If a person's ears are open and they can hear everything, but for some reason they are completely unable to speak with their mouth, there is a very high probability that they might take their own life, unable to overcome the frustration and anger boiling within them. To hear all the sounds of the world vividly with your ears, and to understand everything with your mind, yet to be unable to utter a single word from your mouth, what could be more painful and suffocating in this world? Thus, for us to hear something means to know it, and it is an inescapable human nature that what we have accumulated and come to know internally is naturally spoken out through the mouth. Yet looking back at our daily lives, there are many shameful aspects. It is often jokingly said that the problem with men is that they hear hurtful words through the right ear and indifferently let them slip out through the left. On the other hand, it is said that the problem with women is that they take stories deeply through both ears, only to pour them all out through a single mouth without any refinement. There is surely a clear and profound providence in the fact that God gave us 2 ears on our face, but allowed us only 1 mouth. James 1:19 weightily counsels us, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak. Furthermore, Proverbs 25:11 praises the beauty of such speech. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold into settings of silver. As the Apostle James taught, if we are people who make no mistakes into what we say, we are perfect and mature individuals, able to keep our whole body into check. Today, I hope we open our 2 ears wide to truly listen to the still, small voice of the Lord and the soft groans of our neighbors. And with our one and only mouth, like clear jewels rolling on a silver tray, I earnestly bless you into the name of the Lord to have a blessed day of delivering only beautiful, wise words of life that heal, encourage, and embrace the wounds of others. Meditation and application. The first meditation, reflecting on a heart of perfect listening. We must look back and see if we truly listen when someone speaks to us into our daily lives, or if we are hurrying to speak to assert our own claims. Are we missing the pain of others, or the still voice of the Lord under the pretext of being busy, or out of the arrogance that our own thoughts are right? Today, let us practice the Lord's love through a time of listening, putting down the urge to open our lips first and making eye contact while listening until the end. The second meditation, deciding on a life of language that saves life. We must reflect on whether the words flowing from our lips are like sharp knives piercing hearts, or like jewels on a silver tray, language of life that comforts the soul. Are we causing hurt by pouring out others' stories without refining them? Today, whenever words of criticism or complaint try to spring forth, let us close our lips and pray in silence. Let us seek to be wise people who offer sincere words of warm praise and comfort to the weary neighbors around us.